The Dallas Cowboys are making headlines in the wake of the 2026 NFL Draft, and the excitement among fans is palpable. With the recent signings of veteran wide receivers Tyler Johnson and Marquez Valdes-Scantling, along with the addition of former San Francisco 49ers linebacker Curtis Robinson, it's clear that the front office is not sitting idly by. This surge in activity symbolizes a strategic effort to bolster both offensive depth and address glaring defensive issues that have plagued the team. Now, for those of you watching, where are you tuning in from? I want to hear your thoughts on these moves and what they mean for the Cowboys season ahead. The Cowboys hosted former Philadelphia Eagles cornerback Adoree' Jackson for a free agency visit, intensifying speculation that they might be looking to secure him in a deal. This potential signing could prove crucial as the team seeks to enhance its secondary, which has faced scrutiny after subpar performances last season. But the intrigue doesn't stop there. The Indianapolis Colts made waves by releasing Pro Bowl cornerback Kenny Moore, who had been on the trading block prior to the draft. The Colts were reportedly looking to package him with draft picks, but failed to find a partner. This development opens the door for the Cowboys, who have been linked to Moore and could see him as a critical piece in their defensive puzzle. Now, let's talk about Kenny Moore. He's not just any cornerback. He brings substantial experience and production to the table. Over his 9 years with the Colts, Moore played in 132 regular season games, starting 111 of them. His stats are impressive. 649 total tackles, including 498 solo tackles, 11.5 sacks, 6 forced fumbles, 68 pass breakups, and 21 interceptions. Those are the kind of numbers that can transform a secondary. Adding Moore to a defense that already features promising rookie Caleb Downs, veteran safety Jalen Thompson, and cornerback Cobie Durant from the Rams could create a formidable unit. Moore's experience and playmaking ability could provide the stability and skill the Cowboys desperately need in their defensive backfield. What's crucial to understand is that the Cowboys are no longer in a position of desperation. With their recent signings, they have the flexibility to approach this potential acquisition of Moore with a different mindset. They can weigh their options, assess how he fits into their system, and make a calculated decision rather than feeling pressured into a trade. The Cowboys are clearly serious about making a splash this offseason, and with each signing, they're sending a message. They're committed to not only competing but also reclaiming their spot as one of the elite teams in the NFL. As we move on to the next news item, keep in mind that the decisions made in the coming weeks could shape the Cowboys' future significantly. The pieces are falling into place, and it will be fascinating to see how these developments unfold. The Dallas Cowboys made a significant splash during the 2026 NFL Draft, particularly by selecting UCF edge rusher Malachi Lawrence in the first round. But as we dive deeper into the implications of this decision, an ESPN analyst has raised some eyebrows with a critical perspective that every fan should consider. In a recent analysis, ESPN's Aaron Schatz pointed out that while the Cowboys did well in the draft, they still have glaring issues to address, especially in the edge rusher position. Following the trade of Micah Parsons last year, the need for a strong presence on that front is more pressing than ever. Schatz labeled edge rusher as the team's most significant weakness heading into the 2026-27 season, urging the Cowboys to proactively seek solutions before the season kicks off. The Cowboys have a surprisingly solid 2 deep across their depth chart. Edge rusher is a position that isn't a hole, per se, but definitely has questions, Schatz articulated. This statement captures the essence of the current situation. While the Cowboys are not devoid of talent, they're still operating with uncertainty in a critical area. Let's be clear, this isn't a death knell for the Cowboys. While the edge rusher position remains somewhat unsettled, it's crucial to remember that the team boasts impressive depth across nearly every other position. They avoided a complete rebuild. Instead, they successfully executed a makeover that has the potential to rejuvenate the roster. Malachi Lawrence is undoubtedly a promising rookie, but as Schatz rightly points out, he's still just that, a rookie. The transition from college to the NFL is immense, and relying solely on a newcomer to fill a vital role is a gamble that could pay off, but it's far from a guarantee. The potential is there, though. With players like Rashawn Gary, Donovan Ezeraku, James Houston, and Maris Lofau, the Cowboys have a mix of youth and talent. Yet, what they lack is the seasoned edge presence that could help anchor this group and provide guidance to the younger players. A veteran in that position could be the difference maker, offering leadership and experience that a rookie simply cannot. As fans, we should be cautiously optimistic. The Cowboys have laid a solid foundation, but the edge rusher position holds a lingering question mark. It's a room filled with promise but also uncertainty, and that's a delicate balance that must be addressed before the season unfolds. So, where do you stand on this? Do you think the Cowboys should be pursuing a veteran edge rusher to bolster their depth, or do you believe in the potential of the young players stepping up? I want to hear from you. Where are you watching from, and what's your take on the Cowboys' edge rusher situation? As we transition to the next item on the agenda, keep that thought in mind. The Cowboys have made strides, but as we know, the journey is far from over. Let's see what's next on the horizon for America's team.
The Dallas Cowboys offseason has been all about shoring up the defense, and it's no wonder why. After a dismal showing last season, where the defense was a glaring weakness and ultimately a key factor in the team missing the playoffs, it was clear an overhaul was necessary. Jerry Jones himself acknowledged the urgency, stating, "When you have the challenges we had last year, there's no place to go but up on the defensive side of the ball." He went on to suggest that had the Cowboys managed even a modicum of defensive competence, they could have made a serious playoff run. Fast forward to now, and it's evident that the Cowboys have been proactive in addressing every defensive need through a mix of free agency, trades, and the draft. While skepticism is natural, it's hard to find fault with their offseason moves when you consider the glaring holes that needed filling. One of the more underrated signings has been cornerback Cobie Durant. Despite not making headlines, Durant's acquisition could prove crucial in the grand scheme of the Cowboys' defensive resurgence. Cornerback was undoubtedly a priority heading into the 2026 season, especially after last year's disastrous performance, where Dallas boasted the worst pass defense in the league. With Siobhan Revel and Darren Bland both dealing with injury issues and inconsistent play, the secondary was in dire need of reinforcements. And then there's the slot cornerback situation, which has been a weak link since the departure of Jordan Lewis. Enter Caleb Downs, who the Cowboys are banking on to solidify that position. However, the addition of Durant provides some essential insurance across multiple spots in the secondary. He has primarily played on the outside, but has also logged significant snaps in the slot and even at box safety, 682 snaps in the slot since 2022, to be exact. What's compelling about Durant is not just his versatility, but also his performance metrics. Over the last 2 seasons, he's allowed completion rates of 57.4% and 58.6%, with passer ratings surrendered of 80.9 and 85.6. Comparatively, those numbers shine when placed against the struggles of both Revel and Bland. Revel's coverage grade was a dismal 34.6, with a staggering 67.7% completion rate allowed and a passer rating of 119.7 when targeted. On the other hand, Bland's numbers, coverage grade of 64.5, a completion rate against of 67.1%, and a passer rating of 109.0, while better, still leave much to be desired. In Durant, the Cowboys have not only upgraded from Kalen Carson, who is seen as the primary bench option, but they've also alleviated some pressure off fourth-round pick Devin Moore. Instead of rushing him into action before he's ready, the Cowboys can allow him to develop at a measured pace. While some may dismiss Durant as a low-impact signing, the truth is he could be pivotal, particularly if Revel and Bland find their footing again and Downs effectively claims the slot corner job. Even if Durant doesn't make the splash we all hope for, his presence will undoubtedly fortify what has been a shaky secondary as the team heads into the 2026 campaign. As we wrap up this offseason analysis, it's clear that the Dallas Cowboys are making strides toward a more formidable defense. The question now is, will these changes translate into wins on the field? We want to hear from you. Where are you watching from? And what are your thoughts on the Cowboys' offseason moves? Don't forget to subscribe for more updates and share your opinions about the Dallas Cowboys.